This dramatic scene started as a domestic violence call and ended in a shootout. New at 5, we asked if there's any way to train for these types of potentially volatile situations that are happening more and more.
Because the reality is, when you get to someone's home and you're dealing with conflict, you really don't know what you're walking into.
And that tense video brings to light the increasing dangers deputies and officers face when responding to domestic violence calls. Good evening, I'm Martha Sagowski.
And I'm Greg Wormuth. It's also a clear example that there's no such thing as a routine call. Channel 9's Lynn Keys is live in studio with us. Lynn, you spoke with 2 law enforcement experts today who say training is critical when it comes to responding to these types of situations.
They both kept it very real with me, Greg and Martha. There are a lot of unknowns in these situations, and there's even the possibility that the suspect or even the perceived victim could turn on them at any moment.
Gunfire flew between Orange County deputies and an armed suspect. And the whole thing played out on IG Live and from the view of deputies' body cameras. They got word about a man dragging a woman by her hair in a case of domestic violence.
It is the most dangerous call you'll ever go on.
Zach Hudson went on plenty of those calls during his time in law enforcement, and this Orange County case is a clear example of the unexpected.
It can be deadly, and we've seen it time and time again.
In 2017, it happened more times than any other type of firearm-related fatality for officers. That's according to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. And FBI numbers show between 1988 and 2016, 136 officers were killed while responding to domestic disturbances.
I've lost a lot of friends in this business.
Lee Massey went from Kissimmee's police chief to overseeing the Criminal Justice Institute at Valencia College. It's where recruits receive scenario-based training to prepare them for the unique challenges they'll face responding to domestic violence calls.
We really are in a time when every call needs to be looked at as a specialized type of response.
Ultimately, the goal is to remain calm and neutralize the situation even with tempers high and the possibility of something like this happening.
The training is critical.
The training is critical. The bottom line is every call is different, and there's no textbook that can teach you every single scenario, but the goal is to equip officers and deputies with the mental and physical skills to respond to these situations.
That was so tense. You found a lot of agencies, Lynn, are even changing how they train to respond to domestic violence calls. I think this video probably will be used in the future.
Yes, video proof right there. Orlando Police, for example, they do have additional training on DV cases. They've even created a domestic violence response team, a group of officers that have even more expertise responding to these types of cases.
All right, then.
And it's just amazing that nobody was hit with all that gunfire.
That's incredible.
Right.